What's going on, everyone? Welcome, Rabid here. As you know, Red Panda Mining bought the majority of my 39, actually I think all the 3900Xs, plus we threw in a 5900X to make up for a 3900X because I messed up some numbers. Regardless, the point here is these are all Red Panda Minings. He's moving into AI and doing a bunch of other stuff, so he wants these, and he's going to be coming here to pick them up. And it's, I think on Sunday he may arrive, Saturday or Sunday. We'll see what happens, but over the next couple of days, he will be here at the time of recording. So I got to get these cleaned up and moved out to the garage. As most of you know, I am changing my whole farm around. I'm going to be moving everything out to my garage here soon, but I'm going to start with these. That way they're easy accessible for him when he gets here to pick them up. We can just open up the garage door and ready to roll, load them up. But yeah, so we're going to start on that. So I'm going to begin unhooking all these and getting them out there, obviously clearing off these racks so I can get them moved out there eventually as well. And then eventually I'm going to have to move all that stuff out there as well. But for today, I'm hoping I can at least get all of Panda's stuff out there and ready to go. So this is going to be, you know, quite the ordealio here because there's a decent amount of rigs I got to unplug and move. All right, so I got a couple of them unhooked, ready to go. As we can see right here, there's 5 rigs right here, still up on the stands. I'm assuming he wants the stands on them. It'll probably be easy to transport and everything in his trailer and whatnot. So I'm going to leave those on. And yeah, continuing to pull off. So the other thing here is I was running 2 rigs on a single power supply. So using these 24-pin splitters, most likely on most of these, I was utilizing PSUs that do have 2 CPU outputs. Now there are some that only had 1, and I was actually using splitters like this. But keep in mind, make sure you have the proper splitters. Where a PCI Express cable looks like this, the pins are actually wrong and they won't fit. And if somehow you jam it in there, you will cause some major issues. So make sure you always use proper cabling no matter what you're doing. Alrighty, so here is Panda's 223900X. We'll scratch that. That's minus one 3900X plus one 5900X for a total of 21 3900Xs and one 5900X. 22 rigs in total. And I tried to do some slow-mo shot of all my stickers falling there, but sadly, you know, that didn't turn out as good as I hoped. So now I got to pick these all up, but you know, it kind of worked. So yeah, here they are. Absolutely insane. Pretty and crazy here. That's a lot of CPU mining rigs. Obviously, I do believe he's turning these into AI rigs, pairing them up with GPUs. He has very good internet now, which is just getting hooked up. Mine still sucks, so sadly I cannot dip into the AI world. I really wish I could. Maybe I'll send him one of my 7950Xs when he comes to pick these up with a 3090 or something. Maybe he could run an AI rig for me, and you know, obviously I'll have to cover power and stuff for that. He has a lot cheaper power than me. That way I can dabble and kind of see how the AI stuff works. But where I am at right now, my internet just sucks for it. Right here is an extra brand new cooler in the box for one of the 3900Xs. I do believe it's one of these guys right here. You can tell because the fan is really tight and I had to jump start it a few times to get it going. It does run for a couple hours once you get it going, but for the most part, it's ready to die on that cooler. It's your default Wraith Prism, I believe, that comes with the 3900Xs there. So I am throwing in that one for free, obviously. That way, if this ever goes down and he wants to swap it right off the get-go, he can just do that, and he has a full working rig. Another thing, obviously, he's getting a sweet cooler with this one, the NHD15, with the Super CL14 G-Skill Flare RAM. So some of these got amazing RAM in them as well, but you know, for the most part, here is the end of an era, and this was rig number 1. My very first rig that was purchased with Monero. I CPU mined my gaming rig and made enough Monero. It took a little over a year, but eventually it made enough to make a first dedicated rig. And that's actually this guy right here. I should keep this and put it in my own museum, but I'm not going to. What I did with my other one, because rig 2 actually has an NHD15 as well. I'm actually, as we know, I'm keeping rig 5 because he's a celebrity here. but I'm putting the NHD 15 off rig 2 onto rig 5. So I'm going to be upgrading rig 5. He's still going to be the same motherboard and CPU and stuff, but he's going to get, you know, a pretty sweet cooler here so we can run him a little harder. And then obviously I'm still up in the air if I'm going to swap out the SSD for an M2 on him or not. But you know what? Rig 5 is getting upgrades because he is one of the only 3900Xs that I am keeping. I should keep rig 1 as well, but I'm not going to. As for the garage, I don't know if you guys seen that video, but it's definitely coming along. You know, I got a bunch of stuff kind of going up in the corner right there, you know, hobby bin and stuff right there. This is all cleaned out. I still want to wash the floor here, obviously, before I get the big racks and everything in. And I still have to deal kind of with that side and stuff over there, as we still kind of have a mess and everything's kind of compact. But this is all kind of swept out and stuff, pretty clean over there. But I do want to wash everything before I actually get everything set up. I do have all of my cables and everything ready to roll. I got to set it up. I still got to figure out some type of internet option. I didn't think about that yet, but you know, obviously it's going to come in the same way as the power somewhere through that wall. And then I'm going to kind of run it up like this, bring one down for a rack here. And I think I'm going to make another rack over there and then have my two 30 amps coming down like so. So that's kind of what I got in the works right now. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section. All right, so now that you kind of see what I got going on here, let's go back down to my basement and look at the hole that's kind of appearing there. All right, so here we are in the basement here where the rigs were at one point, and things are looking pretty slim in the CPU department, at least for now. We still got a bunch over there, all the 7000 series. There is a two 7900Xs on the bottom hanging out there. That is a 5900X, I believe. These are two 3950Xs. I do believe somebody did want these, so I got to box those up and stuff. Two 5950Xs. I have another 5950X down right here that's set to go with this box. Let me just move it so you guys don't see my address and stuff on here. So let's lift that up. Uh-oh, can't get in here. Okay, very good. There we go. All right, so inside here, you know, I'm preparing some stuff. We got a bunch of, so we got like the green KS0 and, you know, some other gold shell stuff happening there. So the 5950X is supposed to go with that. So I'm going to get this thing together and see if I can fit it in there, wrap it full of bubble wrap and stuff. I got a big, huge roll of that. So I got to get this thing going and shipped out. But yeah, for the most part, here we are. Things are looking pretty grim. So I am keeping all my power supplies that were involved with all this here. Coming down there, you know, over there. I got a whole bunch of Ethernet cables just hanging and all over the place. So I got to wrap those up. Eventually, you know, I'm going to be taking these racks, putting them into the garage as well. And then I'll have to pack all these rigs up and put them in the garage and then break down this huge rack and take it in there to reassemble everything. Now, I want to get another one of these big racks. Two of these I think will be amazing for inside the garage there, but we'll see how it works because these things are pretty expensive, like $250, $300 Canadian. So they're a big, super sturdy rack. They're awesome, but they're also pretty pricey. So there we go. Here's all the Picos that were hanging out here. So that pretty much does wrap up this video. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section. What kind of rig should I be looking into next? And what are you doing for the current state of crypto mining? Building CPU rigs, building more GPU rigs, you building AI rigs, or are you just giving up completely? Let me know in the comments. I'll see you on the next one. Rabid out.